looks like there's some fish here, but I don't know if they're due. It's just not really looking like due on the sound to me, but could be snappers. Another cast with a heavy gear. Definitely two different lots of fish here, so it might have due and maybe some snapper, we'll see. Definitely one thing that's not here is it's sharks so far. These fish are in a snapper position, they're up in front of the structure, so wouldn't surprise me if they were snapper. Due to me. There's something there, that looks alright. Alright. Dewey. Big Dewey. Ooh. That's a big Dewey. Oh, it's a big snapper. Yes. Woohoo! Big snapper. That's a pretty good first fish for the day, that one. Woo. On the heavy gear too, it ate it. That's how you start the day fishing. Beautiful big snapper. First light. There's a whole big school of them there, so be interesting if I get any more. He's got to be 75 centimeters or so, I imagine. He's taken that Wakasagi fork flex on the heavy gear, which is unusual. System Shock FC 60 pound leader, 50 pound castaway, 3/4 ounce, 5-inch Wakasagi fork flex. So usual gear for Jew, gets the big snapper. Beautiful first fish for the morning. Spotted a school, thought it wasn't Jew, thought it was something else. Nice snapper. Wakasagi 5-inch in the bottom there. Alright, I'm going to brain spike him, put him on ice and see if we can get another one. Alright, caught 75 and yeah, it's pretty much bang on 75, that fish. So let's alright, brain spike, cut his throat. Alright, let's get another one. These fish are really moving around a lot. Big on the scan 1 minute and off the scan the next, but they're not moving far. young fellas onto one. Stuff. Yeah, me too. How big? How big?
80, I think.
Yep, sweet. Alright, we're in. Oh, I pulled the hook. Damn it. Don't know what happened then. Alright, didn't really notice before, but during the fight earlier with that snapper, that I could feel it rubbing on something down there when I was fighting it. And yeah, very, very lucky that I had 60 pound, because that's really, I mean, that lead is still quite strong. I can't break it with my hands, but Jesus really destroyed that leader. So I was kind of lucky. Anything lighter, I reckon I would have probably lost that fish. All right, so I just left the original position. Sharks were sitting right on top of the fish, and quite a few people moved in, so it's getting a bit crowded. Just moved away. I think I've seen some fish on the sounder here, so I'm just going to have a quick drift through here. There's a bit of structure near me here, but looks like could be some fish well up in front of it, which would be very snapper-like. So I'll have a quick drift back down through here. Unfortunately, tide's almost done, so very close to the top of the tide. I think it's like a 6:30 high, and we're looking at 6:35 now. So yeah, we're pretty much the bottom of tide, so not much run. It's gonna be harder to drift this plastic through. We'll see how we go. So that last location, like I said, I didn't think they looked like dew. They sort of look like something else to me. So quite surprised I hooked it on that heavy gear. Usually with snapper they're pretty leader shy, so you got to drop down a fair bit and drop your weight of your jig head down a fair bit as well. But I think because it was so early in the morning, I got away with that heavier jig head, heavier leader, and then yeah, I hooked that next fish on the lighter gear, but just pulled the hook. Given the sharks had moved in, I might not have landed anyway, so might come back to that spot a bit later, because there's obviously a lot of snapper there. I would say that the other school I was on last month have moved here, I imagine, or something like that, which is good. It's a lot closer. I'll give this a quick go and then wait for a tide to change. I might start heading out, look for a tuna and stuff like that. Looks like we've got a shark underneath us here too. Can't get away from him, eh? There's a fish. Doesn't feel overly big at all. Whew. Oh my God, I've caught a herring. Have a look at that. That is a big herring. Got him. Not a big snappers, but probably all right. That's probably the best size to eat, to be honest, but there we go. Alright, so it's finally getting the day we're predicted to have. So it's starting to come down to about sort of 5 or 6 knots. It's would have been about 8 or 9 from the sort of southwest, I think, this morning. So we've got to run out tides, so it's not too choppy, but just not as nice as it should be. I'm over here now at Mud. I had a quick go before at Harry's. No luck there, didn't really see a lot of fish, but I gave it a bit of a quick go, but no luck there at all. Come around here to Mud to see if the tuna are here, and they're not here. So I've had a little bit of a fish for snapper with no luck here. So I'm really kind of torn between whether I head back to where I started, because there's obviously a heap of fish there, just a heap of sharks, and you know, they're not biting great now. My other decision is to go across to Moreton and have a look for tuna over there, but sort of as I speak, I'm sort of probably starting to see a couple of chops out here towards the Brisbane River, so I might just go that way. All right, I'm gonna go over here, see if I find. All right, so I've got a school of mac tuna cruising around, not really busting up much, and then I've got a couple of longtails, quite big longtails, busting up sporadically every now and then. So I'll stick with it a little bit longer and see how we go. Oh, just a bit to the wrong side there. Oh, hit. Yep, got it. Yes. Cool. Just saw the water moving. Turn the motor off. So I'd say it's a mac tuna, given the fact that I just saw the school cutting through the water. I think he's taking it quite deep. Feeling all the head shakes coming through the rod. There it comes. Cleaned my drag washers out last night. Put some of the nice Daiwa drag grease on the washers, and must say it's definitely a lot smoother than it was. Have to go around the boat here. All right. Oh, jeez. I was lucky. Maybe he's getting chased. He's changed his behaviour a lot. Right up on him. Oh, look at a towel wrap on him, that's why he's alright, he's taking that right in the head. All right, got him. All right, so that's a really solid Mac tuna. Easy 5 kilos, maybe 6. Fork flex right on the nose there. Pop that out. All right, we'll spear him back in. Off he goes. All right, so I didn't see any bust ups at all. Sort of been watching the nervous water for a little bit, and there's definitely like a long tail or two here. I've got the stick bait out ready as well. Much bigger bust ups from the long tail. Mac tuna just cruising on the surface, and you could see the water moving in different areas. And I was just about to move, chase these long tails that are mooching down here, and I could see the water moving right next to me. Pumped in the plastic at Fork Flex and Acid Pink on a 1/2 ounce head, whipping it through the water, and I got one hit, and I let it sink a bit longer and whip it again, and you could see the Mac tuna come out, big silver swipe, big silver flash, hooked it up, and off he goes. So look down upon the old Mac tuna. For some reason, I think people think they're not as good as longtail tuna. To me, they're all kind of like tuna, really. Obviously, longtails taste a lot nicer than a Mac tuna, but if you just catch him and let him go, I mean, I think the longtail when it gets bigger is a different fight and a lot harder fighter, but Mac tuna go hard for their size. They're just the same sort of thing, really. It's just another tuna. Just doesn't eat as good, so I'll happily catch Mac tuna if that's what's in front of me. Looks like they're busting up big time. It looks like there's a couple long tails just out from as well, so I might start the motor and head down, have a look for that. All right, so that's pretty much it after that Mac tuna. Really didn't see a great deal else. A couple of fish in a couple of spots, but I didn't get any bites. So pretty much headed back in now. It's around lunchtime, so I've had a pretty big day. So might be back tomorrow, I think, have another crack at that big school of snappers. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, catch you next time, guys. See ya.